Hi Aaron, I'm a beginner skateboarder from Australia. I'm 13 and I'm struggling to do a pop shove it. Could you please help me out? Thank you.
Alright, I can do an ollie, which is good, and let's check out these pop shove attempts. So that first one was actually pretty good, and the second one you were leaning back a little too much so the board shot forward. Okay, that was just, yeah, that's something easy that we can fix, the board flipping like that. Let's see this next one. That was pretty good. You definitely could have landed that one, for sure. Let's see this next one. Boom. Oh, the camera hit. Don't break your cameras filming skate sports, kids. Be careful filming skate sports. That one was really good. Let's see. So this slow-mo, so you get a really good, decent pop, which is exactly what you want. And the good thing is that your front foot follows the board the entire time, and that's why you land so well. So boom, another really good pop. And as you see your front foot kind of guides the board the entire time and then catches it right when you're ready to land, which is good. So let's just go over it real fast. So basically I didn't really see your foot position, but from what I can see in your attempts, you're very close to the trick. So what you have to do is you basically you do a half pop, a half push back shove it rotation. And that rotation is what helps the board do the shove it, obviously. But there's kind of like a fine balance you find in between both. It's like a little bit of pop and a little bit of scoop all at the same time. But I just want to explain this so that you understand how it works, but from the looks of it, it looks like you have it pretty well down already. So I don't think you really have to change anything. The one thing I think you do have to change is your front foot. I think the thing about pop shoves is that you have to keep your front foot near or guiding the board the entire time. So when you do the shove, your front foot is the thing that's keeping your board from doing a kickflip. Instead, just doing a shove it. So you see Aaron's foot is guiding it the entire time right here, and then he lands it when he's ready to do it. So basically what I think you should work on is doing a pop shove it and just trying to land with your front foot every single time. And then once you get really good at that, I think you need to start practicing landing the pop shove with your back foot only every single time. And then once you get good at both, keeping your weight centered and not leaning too far forward or back, I think you'll be able to just do a pop shove it and commit very, very easily. So definitely go out there, keep trying this trick. I know you got it, and learn your frontside and backside 180s.
Yeah, I've been noticing some trouble with my board. I'm just feeling the urge. I can flick the board and all that, or I can make the board rotate. It's just that when I'm trying to flick it, I seem to be only having one foot that landing on the board. So I'm just gonna show you really quick. My other foot's just wandering off in space, and I don't know. Can you please help me with it? Well, if you could please help me with this, I really want to learn how to do a kickflip, and please send back as fast as you can. Bye.
Alright, let's check out this slow-mo. So immediately my impression is that there's one thing you have to fix. And if you look at that right here, you do the pop, and when you go for the flick and you flick straight down, boom, right there. That is the number one thing that people do when they're learning how to kickflip, and it's the number one thing that's going to make your kickflips extremely difficult. And also, what is that on the bottom of your board? I can't tell exactly, but that could also be making your kickflips kind of hard. But again, if you look at this one, your pop is really good, so I don't think you really have to fix anything with that. But every single time, boom, look, you flick straight down. And I think it's just a thing when people are learning how to skate, especially with an advanced trick like a kickflip. It could be just like a commitment thing, and kickflips are a little scary, so when you flick it, instinctively your foot might just want to go straight down. But when you flick straight down, your board, you don't give it time to flick and do the full rotation in the air because you're just kicking all the momentum straight down to the ground. So what you need to do is, like Aaron is doing right here, you need to practice flicking up. Every single time you do a kickflip, and I taught my friend how to kickflip the other day, and as soon as I told him how to flick right, he learned it within 5 minutes. So what I think you have to do is just practice flicking up every single time, because when you start kickflipping and flicking upwards, the board is going to have all the time it wants to do the flick in the air. When you flick up and pop really hard, when you want to land the kickflip is decided by when you catch the board. So once you start learning how to flick up, the kickflip is totally controlled by you. So I think that's your number one thing, is having to kickflip and flick upwards, not downwards. It also would have been good to see your previous tricks. I'm not sure how well you have them down, but you definitely want to make sure that you have your ollies, your frontside 180s, backside 180, pop shove, front shove, heel flip down before the kickflip, because the kickflip is a really advanced trick for someone just learning how to skateboard, and if you only know how to ollie a little bit and then you try to go straight into the kickflip, it's going to be very, very difficult. And I'm not saying that you can't do it. There's always a way that you can learn how to do it, even if you just know how to ollie or something. But it's going to make the learning process a lot easier if you know the tricks before that. So that's my advice to you, is just going back and learning all your previous tricks really, really well. And it's another thing with just skateboarding in general. A lot of people kind of just skip the basics and they go for really, really hard things just to look really cool in skating. But knowing how to ride your board, knowing how to ollie really well, doing all your basics very well is a hugely important aspect of skateboarding. The basics make up every single trick you do. So you just have to make sure you know those really well. But yeah, other than that, I think that you could really be close. I didn't really see an attempt that was too close in this one, but that's just because you're doing the trick a little bit wrong and there's a little bit tweaking you need to do. But I know that if you start flicking upwards, you're going to land it really, really fast, and I'm 100% positive that you got this. So your pop looked really good, so I think you need to keep your pop. Make sure you keep your weight level, keep your shoulders kind of centered over your board. And when you pop that board, make sure you flick upwards. If you start flicking downwards again, it's going to be hard to notice, but you have to just make sure you stay conscious with how your foot is working and you flick upwards. So I hope this advice helped you out. Please keep going out there every single day and skating. I 100% know that you got this. Keep progressing and land those kickflips. You got this.
Definitely check out Skateboarding Made Simple. It's available on all these platforms: iBooks, BrailleSkateboarding.com, and Google Play. It's the most comprehensive video we've ever made, and it teaches skateboarding better than anything else out there. You won't be disappointed.